A very good morning, students. Welcome back to the class Age of Adolescence. I have heard my mother and my aunt talking about my cousin who is going to have a baby. They were discussing whether she would give birth to a boy or a girl. I wonder what makes the fertilized egg develop either into a boy or a girl. Have you heard the people finding fault with the woman who has only girl babies? What do you think? Is only a female is responsible for the birth of a girl child? No. Inside the fertilized egg or zygote, the instruction for determination of sex of the baby will be present. This instruction is present in a thread-like structure called chromosome in the fertilized egg. The chromosomes are present inside the nucleus of every cell. Here you can see that is every cell what happen a chromosome will be present. Students, we all know that is all human being including a male and a female, they will be having what number of chromosome? That is 23 pair of chromosome. The 23 pair of chromosomes or 46 number of chromosome. In this one, 22 number of chromosomes are responsible for the other characteristics, but the 6 characteristics which are carried is mainly because of a last pair of chromosome, that is 23rd pair of chromosome. So in the 23rd pair of chromosome, they will be having the chromosome which will be mainly responsible for the determination of a male and a female. So in the girl, what happened, we can see that is they will be having the chromosome of XX, and in the boy they will be having that is X and Y. You can see here, if the egg, that is a egg from what happened, that is XX from a female, if it is fertilized by a one sperm from a Y of which one, that is boy, and another sperm that is carrying X from a boy, if it fertilizes means thereby what happened, you can see that is a boy and a girl has been born. All human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nuclei of their cells. Two chromosomes out of these are six chromosomes named X and Y. X and Y are the chromosomes which are present in which one, that is male. Whereas in the female we can find only one type of chromosome, that is sex chromosome, nothing but X and X. A female has two X chromosome, whereas male has what are the chromosomes? One is X and another one Y. But sperms are of two kinds, as I told. What happened? One kind has an X chromosome and another kind they have an Y chromosome. When a sperm containing X, so here they're telling when a sperm containing X fertilizes the egg, when a sperm containing X, if it fertilizes the egg, so thereby what happen, the development will be seen into a which child, that is a female child. So here they are telling when a sperm containing X chromosome fertilizes the egg, the zygote would have two X chromosome and develop into which child, they are telling XX child. See here in this one you can see that is XX. So XX lead to the formation of a girl child. But instead of the X, if it receives a Y sperm, means what happens? If the sperm contributes a Y chromosome to the egg at fertilization, the zygote would develop into which one, they are telling male child. Now students, you only just say the females will be having, that is which one, that is XX they are having. If X chromosome from the male, if they are contributing for the fertilization, then they will be having female child. And if the X chromosome receives, or the ovum receives the Y chromosome from the male, they will be having, that is boy child. Now you know that six chromosome of a father determine the sex of an unborn baby. So now you can tell to others also, that is the sex of a child is mainly decided by a father, not a mother. Even you might have noticed that is many of the females have been hurt by saying that is you always give birth to a girl child and you won't give birth to a boy child and all, they are going to insult them, isn't it? But now we are having scientific reason, that is the birth of a unchild is mainly determined by whom, they are telling by a father. So hormones other than the sex hormones. Here we are having number of hormones, that is pituitary gland, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, position of ovaries and even testes. So here the first one, as I told, what happened, pituitary gland plays a very important role in controlling all these, hormones. What happened, pituitary gland plays a very important role. You can see the size of a pituitary gland. So here the next thing we are having, that is thyroid gland. So thyroid gland is a gland which is going to secrete a hormone known as which one, that is thyroxine hormone. So thyroxine hormone is produced by which one, they are telling, thyroid gland. So here what is the role of this thyroxine hormone? This thyroxine hormone is called as internal hormone, or even the hormone which is mainly responsible for the development of the organism. That is for the development of an organism or development of an body parts. What happen, thyroid glands plays a very important role. Here thyroid gland produces sufficient amount of iodine, means no problem will be facing. But if the thyroid gland produces a less amount of thyroxine or no amount of thyroxine is produced, means what happen, there is a disease called as goiter takes place. So goiter is nothing but a throat starts to swell. By that time, whenever a swelling in the throat starts, means thereby what happen, a person will be feeling difficulty in intake of a food. Here we are having example that only, that is Kaka was suffering from goiter. The disease known because of a thyroid gland. Kaka's thyroid gland was not producing the hormone known as which one? Thyroxine. Thyroxine is produced by which one? They are telling which gland? That is thyroid gland. This goiter can be controlled by consuming sufficient amount of food which is rich in iodine. So even the coastal areas people who are living, that is those who are living in coastal areas, that is the people who are nearby seas, what happen, they will be having the food rich in iodine. So hence what happen, the people who are present there, what happen, will never face the problem, that is goiter. But the people who are living in a mountain or a hilly areas, what happen, they will never have proper amount of iodine. So that is why the government is saying, that is why we must consume iodized salt, because it prevents a disease known as which one, goiter. So goiter is mainly occurs due to the insufficient or no production of which hormone, that is thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine hormone mainly produced by thyroid gland. And next one we are having, that is diabetes. Have you heard about diabetes? Diabetes is nothing but, diabetes means you might have heard another word, that is insulin injection, isn't it? So here diabetes is mainly because of which one, we shall see now. Their aunt also told them that their uncle was suffering from diabetes because his pancreas was not producing a hormone insulin in a sufficient quantity. Here we are having pancreas, isn't it? This pancreas will produce a certain hormone called as insulin. So insulin is a hormone mainly responsible for the secretion of proper amount of sugar in the blood level. If more amount of insulin or proper amount of insulin is produced in the pancreas, the sugar level in the blood also will be reduced. So if no proper amount of insulin is produced, means what happen, the sugar level in the blood will start to increase. Whenever a sugar level will start to increase in the blood, thereby what happen, the amount of sugar also will increases, and it will leads to a disease named as which one, diabetes, or even we are going to call it a sugar. So to stop that or even to control that sugar or diabetes, what happen, they are going to artificially inject which hormone, that is insulin, because insulin is not properly produced in a person who is having diabetes. That is why through the form of a tablets or through the form of a injections, what happen, artificial insulin which is given to the people who are suffering from diabetes. So hereby what happen, the insulin which has been injected, by the time what happen, it reduces the sugar level in the bloodstream. So So that is why what happen, if a proper amount of insulin which is not secreted means, this will lead to the under action of a pancreas and will leads to the increase in the concentration of which one they are telling sugar in the blood level. So that is why to control this one, insulin injection has been given. Another thing we are having, that is adrenal glands. Adrenal glands secretes hormone which maintain the correct salt balance in the blood. So another gland we are having, that is above the kidney we are having, that is which one? You can see here, that is adrenal glands above the two kidneys. What happen, you are going to have adrenal gland. This adrenal gland mainly responsible for which one they are telling, maintain the correct salt balance. Salt balance is nothing but the salts which are present, like what happen, sodium, magnesium, calcium and many other salts which are present, what happen in the blood, are controlled by which one, adrenaline. So even another important characteristic of adrenaline is, it will be help the body to maintain a balance, that is in the time of a anger or even any other condition, what happens, it plays an very important role. That is why adrenal gland is called as emergency hormone. Adrenal gland produces a hormone known as which one, adrenaline. So adrenaline is a hormone which is secreted by which one, they are telling adrenal gland. So it helps the body to adjust stress when one is very angry, embarrassed or even worried. If you just see any snake, by the time what happen, within no moment you start to run off, or even by the time when you touch any hot plate you start to withdraw your hands, isn't it? Or even by the time whenever you when you touch any kind of a thorn, you will start to take off your hand. And even during the examination time, if you feel that is the paper is tough, for after thinking for a few seconds you will become a calm, isn't it? So all these activities which are controlled by which one, they are telling adrenaline. That is why these adrenaline are called as emergency hormone. At the time of anger or stress or even fear, during these time what happen, the adrenaline hormone will be released into the bloodstream and it makes us to attain or maintain the situation in a correct manner, or even to maintain a balance, what happen, or to get the picture of the surrounding, what happen, it will be helpful. Thyroid and adrenalines, as I told, what happened, they are going to secrete their hormones when they receive orders from the pituitary through the hormones. Pituitary also secretes growth hormone which is necessary for the normal growth of a person. So they're telling, apart from this adrenaline or thyroid gland, so hereby or the pancreas, thereby what happened, this pituitary gland also plays an very important role. That is why pituitary gland is called as which hormone, that is growth hormone. Even the height of a person is also maintained by a pituitary hormone. So pituitary hormone or pituitary gland is going to secrete a hormone through the secretion. If this proper amount of hormone which is secreted, then the normal height can be seen in a man. If the pituitary hormone secretes more amount of hormone, thereby what happen, we can see the height of a person and even heartbeat and breathing rate, what happen, will be increasing. And if this growth hormone which is secreted very less means, thereby also the height of a person will decreases and breathing rate and all the metabolic activities also are going to vary. That is why we have to keep it in mind, whatever may be the hormones which are produced in the body, it has to be produced in a correct manner. Apart from that, if it produces in excess also or even in less amount, thereby what happen, it will affect the body in various types. Are hormones in animals also have they any role in playing reproduction? Yes. Whatever may be the types of hormones which we are having, similarly even animals are also having number of types of hormones. Roles of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs. You have already learnt about the life history of a silk moth and a frog. The caterpillar has to pass through various stages to become an adult moth. We have already seen that is in the earlier classes. Similarly, the tadpole passes through certain stages to become a frog. The changes from larva to the adult is called as metamorphosis. These things we are going to learn it in the next higher classes. As the syllabus has been skipped, we have not discussed in the next classes what happened, that is in the next year what happened, we are going to learn. Here I am going to say what is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is nothing but the change from the larva to the adult, that is body change what happened, like a larva from this to that one whenever it becomes an adult stage, for that one they are going to call it as metamorphosis. Metamorphosis in insects is controlled by insect hormone. In frog it is controlled by thyroxine, the hormone produced by thyroid. Thyroxine hormone production, which is very essential for the presence of iodine even in a water. See the importance of thyroxine even in which one they are telling, frog. So thus so all the organisms which are present here by what happen, they are going to have certain hormones. The hormones not only present in animals, but hormones are also present even in the plants, because you might have seen that is plants are also going to have certain heights, and even plants are also going to produce seeds and flowers and even color variations and even number of branch production, isn't it? So all these changes in the plants are also mainly because of which one they are telling, hormones. Thank you.